Good day. Welcome to First Take exclusively for YouTube with Brian Windhorst and Stephen A. Smith. I'm Molly Karam. Guys, let's talk some basketball. How pumped are you for this NBA in-season tournament? It starts today. Here's how it works. Group play games will take place on Tuesdays and Fridays through the end of November. 8 teams will advance to the knockout rounds, which will consist of single elimination games. The semifinals and championship will be played in Las Vegas, with the championship airing on December 9th at 8:30 Eastern on ABC. SA, what are your expectations for this tournament?
Effort, just the players collectively coming together, recognizing the fact that this is important to the overall image and the bottom line for the National Basketball Association, which directly affects them, and they get to determine whether or not it's going to be a positive or negative effect. I think they take light in that. I think they respond in kind, and obviously these are games that matter because they're regular season games. They count on the schedule. The only game that doesn't count is the championship game on December 9th. Okay, so taking that into account, I think they take it and they treat it with the seriousness that it deserves, recognizing the fact that it's for an audience out there who simply wants to see that you're taking regular season games they're being charged for to patronize. They want to see that you take it every bit as seriously as they would hope you are. That's all they're looking for from you. And because that is what they're looking for, combined with the fact that the games count, it shouldn't be that difficult to really, really impress, because all anybody is looking for from you is effort.
Yeah, it's hard to start a tradition. It's hard to announce this is going to be a tradition and just, put it out of the box and say, love it. So, but we do see things that happen even in the NBA. The play-in tournament is one of them, where they sort of come onto the scene and they are just embraced. We see other things that come onto the scene and they're duds. And so that's why the players are going to tell us with their play. I don't really care about their words. So far, their words have all been positive. We have star players coming out saying they care about this. They talk about the money being meaningful. By the way, the money is $500,000 a player for the winning team. It goes down a little bit if you are in second or you're in a semifinalist. They even have a pool for the coaches, $500,000 for the winning head coach, and there's a pool. So there's money involved, but ultimately what we're going to have to see, Stephen A., is whether or not the players are invested in this outcome. And there's something to be said for having success in this tournament. It's possible we could see a team go through this tournament, go to Las Vegas and win 2 games over 3 days in a semifinals and finals, and that actually have a bearing on what happens the rest of this season. I go back and talk about what happened with the Phoenix Suns in the bubble. They come into the bubble, they kind of have a renewed vigor in their organization. They go 7-0. It totally spurs them on. And then when they start a new season a couple of months later, they end up in the finals. That was the situation where they took advantage of something that they didn't know was going to be really helpful to them, and it propelled them. We could see that happen in this in-season tournament. But what we don't know is whether the players saying that it's important will back it up with the way they approach it, especially when we get to games 3 and 4 of the pool play, when there's going to be more on the line.
Wendy, who's your favorite to win it?
So right now the Celtics and the Nuggets are playing the best basketball in the league. And so my inclination would just be to believe that they're going to keep playing that way. But I also know that the Nuggets and the Celtics are teams that have a long view. And I'm not sure that they're going to be invested in something in November that might take energy for later. So I definitely have those 2 teams there, but I'm watching some other teams on the come up. A team like the New Orleans Pelicans, for example, who's off to a really good start to this season after a very disappointing last year. Maybe they could use it as a springboard, but there's no way you can look at the Celtics and Nuggets and not recognize that, 2 weeks into the season, they're playing the best basketball.
I'm thinking Celtics, you're right about that. I got 2 teams out west. I'm thinking the Los Angeles Lakers and the Golden State Warriors, because of the leadership of LeBron James and Steph Curry, respectively. You have 2 superstars in the NBA, 2 champions, 4-time champions, who are specialists in recognizing and seizing moments to really send a message while also building their individual brands, not to mention those collectively around them. I think that when you look at it from that perspective, those two guys can catch others sleeping and ultimately end up with, being the first champions of the in-season NBA tournament. I think I would look at LeBron James and Steph Curry and think that one of them will find a way to sneak into the equation. That's my personal opinion.
Interesting. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to watch First Take Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. on ESPN. Be sure to check out more exclusive First Take debates right here on YouTube. Wendy, thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.